So a couple days ago, a new story broke. Alex Garland, who wrote 28 Days Later, he already wrote a script or has an idea for 28
Danny
months.
Boyle, who is doing Steve Jobs, he was on a press junket and he announced that 28 months later is in development. Guys, it's been 4 years since my last update on 28 months later. I have an update. Wow, what's up guys? I cannot believe this, but we finally have an update for 28 months later. And if you remember back, when I first started my channel in 2015, I released 2 updates during that year. And those updates were that Alex Garland had a script for 28 months later. And they were kind of go for launch. There was nothing like, it wasn't greenlit yet, but the script was written by Alex Garland. So 4 years later, and let me just say, I have gotten so many comments on those videos stating that when are we going to get an update? And a lot of times people were blaming me, like I had something to do with no more updates. I'm just a YouTuber. I just made a video. I lost hope. I thought, okay, this is never going to happen. And finally, I believe a few days ago, Danny Boyle himself was doing an interview, and he stated that it is happening. And there is a possibility of a 28 years later. Him and Alex Garland have an idea in mind, and it's a pretty interesting idea. As a matter of fact, let me grab my laptop there because I want to read it verbatim to you guys. So Danny Boyle was speaking to The Independent, and he says, Alex Garland and I have a wonderful idea for the third part. It's properly good, which could be interesting. He goes on to say the original film led to a bit of a resurgence in the zombie genre or drama, and it doesn't reference any of that. It doesn't feel stale at all. He's concentrating on directing his own work at the moment. But finally, he told IGN, we've got an idea. Danny and producer Andrew McDonald and I have been having quite serious conversations about it. So it's a possibility. It's complicated. So what does that mean? Right now, we are still in pre-production. Okay, they have a great idea. Whether they will scrap that original script that Alex Garland did, I don't know. We all know that in Hollywood, a script will go through, 100 revisions before we finally see the final product on the screen. So, really, time will tell. And this is just an update. I don't want to get you guys too excited. That doesn't mean we're going to see a new movie this year, next year even. We still could be looking at 2021. I'm hoping and praying that we see something next year. Just to give you a little bit of my thoughts on this, and why am I even doing updates on 28 months later? 28 Weeks and 28 Days are my favorite zombie movies. They're so unique, so refreshing.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
The blood. There's something in the blood.
I have never been a big fan of slow zombies. George Romero made them scary, but there's been so many other examples where they're just kind of boring. Even The Walking Dead, the show was great because of the characters. It wasn't great for the zombies themselves. Sure, there's some great effects in there and everything. And when you do have, hundreds of zombies coming upon you, that does get scary. But imagine when you have hundreds of zombies running at you. That opening scene in 28 Weeks Later is one of the scariest scenes imaginable. If you put yourself in that situation, you're freaking dead meat. So this franchise, I think, has so much potential. I've always loved the rage virus. Some people don't call them zombies. It's still in the same family, I think, But yeah, the rage virus is a scary virus in and of itself. Just imagine you at your top level of anger and then multiply that times, 100. That's what the rage virus is. And it surprises me that I've never reviewed 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. 28 Weeks Later I prefer over 28 Days. I think that is one of the most highly underrated zombie films out there. In particular, there's one scene in that movie where you got the dad and he finally sees his wife that he left at the beginning of the movie. So you already have all this emotion there. So, you know, all the elements of a great scene. And then, you know, he gives her this kiss, and then she passes on the virus to him. And to me, if I did like a top 10 list of scariest scenes I've ever seen, that would make the top 10. It's a very scary scene because I think when you have emotion added to the horror, it can make for a good scare. And that's what it did. I mean, emotionally, it really hit me hard. I mean, can you imagine, you know, seeing your wife and then she turns you into a zombie and then you kill her? Pretty intense stuff. So anyway, post in the comments, so excited about this, your thoughts on this news. Are you excited for 28 months later like I am? I can't freaking wait. It's the one zombie franchise that really gets me excited, you know. It's like my Halloween of zombie franchises. And guys, my last unbox, I gotta give another shout out to Dan Santillo, who sent me that Kodobukaya alternate Halloween, like a female version of Michael Myers. That thing is so freaking cool. I'm so glad that I have that on my backdrop now. I'm running out of room for Halloween on my backdrop, but I mean, something like that's gotta go on there, right? I actually have the Myers figure behind that, and you can't even see it now, so I might have to do some rearranging on my backdrop, maybe have 2 shelves of Halloween. I don't know, let me know in the comments also what you guys think about those ideas. Anyway guys, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day, and on Fridays we do Free For All Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.